Welcome back. An Atlanta judge said a water bill dispute case was the first he'd seen of residents actually challenging in court a Department of Watershed Management decision. And the Fox 5 team's Dana Fowle has been following for months account holders who feel like they're being unfairly billed for water usage. And she was in court at that hearing and has the very latest here.
Yeah, I mean, this Eastlake couple, a lot of you all are familiar with this because we've been talking about it. They lodged a dispute over a more than $12,000 water bill with the Atlanta Water and Sewer Appeals Board. It was denied. They took the unusual step of taking Watershed Management to court, and I should add, they're acting as their own attorneys. They didn't hire anybody. But what they learned is this: it's an uphill battle. The burden of proof is not the city's to prove the bill is right. It's the residents' burden to show how the city is wrong, even when they believe the city's equipment is broken.
$12,000 might not be a lot to some people, but we're both retired, so that's a ton of money to us.
$12,000 is a lot of money. Unless your name is Spencer Strider or Acuna, $12,000 is a lot of money.
And that is why Mr. and Mrs. Williams decided to fight the City of Atlanta's refusal to adjust a bill that racked up to more than $12,000 in just 4 short months.
The plumber found that we had no leaks.
Jeffrey Williams told us what he told the Atlanta Water and Sewer Appeals Board back in June.
No pool, no jacuzzi, no sprinkler system.
He also told a Superior Court judge they didn't use any outsized amounts of water, and his plumber tested the city's meter and said it was defective.
Plumber called me over, look at this. This is not supposed to spin like this. And they said, no wonder you have these huge bills.
But the appeals board only has 4 options for correcting a bill: a billing error, where numbers were inputted incorrectly; a fee credit, maybe you overpaid; a leak credit, it's a partial refund if a homeowner repairs their leak; and finally, a meter leak. Fulton County Superior Court Judge Robert McBurney said nothing, though, seems to cover a broken water meter.
Let's say that what the person who did do the inspection from the department, what that person concluded was the meter is broken. It's not leaking, but it is not working correctly. Which of these 4, or that's just too bad for the customer?
City of Atlanta Senior Attorney Tracy Hatchett.
We have not had that situation to occur that you're mentioning.
Until now.
And based on the read code and the usage code, it's speculative.
Ms. Hatchett said water meters shut down if they malfunction.
This meter was inspected, and if the meter had been defective, it would have been replaced.
It was after the bills normalized that the city inspected the water meter for leaks, one of the 4 categories where a refund is possible. No leak was found.
At the hearing, it was asserted by Watershed Management that someone came out to our property and checked to see if there was a leak on the city side, but specifically said the meter was not inspected.
His plumber said the meter was malfunctioning, not leaking. The Williamses had just moved back into the home after working abroad. The bills spiked when they opened their new water bill account.
The most reasonable explanation of this is you all moved in, something you did in moving in caused the leak. You have a different explanation for it, which is the meter was working but not working properly. And I get that also.
We would have had to have a giveaway of water that we advertised around the neighborhood, saying, come get free water, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to get $12,000.
On the record, it indicates to the board that there were repairs being made at the property.
Ms. Hatchett said the family's plumbing receipt and the appeals board transcript support that. It reads, there were repairs made at the property. But this is a typo. The audio version with a city employee is clear.
There were repairs made at the property.
And the Williams' receipt, he also says, just shows a plumber dropped by to check for a leak, not repairs. The Williamses believe they have proven their case. The city says the burden of proof is not met.
It's for the consumer to come in and prove why their bill should be adjusted. And they failed to do that, Your Honor.
Now, this is unlike a traditional court case, the kind you're more familiar with. In this situation, the judge will consider the evidence from the hearing and then make a decision later, and we'll be bringing that to you when we get that as well.
Yeah, ongoing for sure, and there's obviously a lot on the line here, not just the money, but the
That's
way
right.
that the appeals board operates. All of that could be called into question.
That's exactly right. If the judge, finds in the family's favor, is he saying that the appeals process doesn't completely work? We don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But recall this. In earlier reports, we talked with the city's chair and vice chair of the Utilities Committee, told them about this story and others, and both said the appeals board is not beholden to the city's attorney for interpretation of the city code, that they can make a decision outside of that. So we'll see. But the judge will have that final decision.
Yeah, a story we've been following, and we know you'll continue to follow it too.
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Dana. Appreciate it.